Hello. So today in this video, I'm going to talk about toxic people, borderline narcissistic people, people who drain others to feel better about themselves, and people who in general enjoy drama and bring negativity to somebody else's life who are not even bothering them. I'll be discussing only one person, like not the person, but their characteristics in this video and how to deal with people like that. So this person is heavy on projection. For example, you have a good rapport with your friends or colleagues or relatives, cousins, whatever it is. You have good rapport with a certain group of people around you. This person would say that you are taking advantage of those people or these people are being sims for you, and how you are taking advantage of them. Where in reality, they are just your friends and they are being nice to you and you are being nice to them. But what they see in their mind is that you are taking advantage of them, because in reality, they take advantage of people. They use people as stepping stones to their success, and they do not care whether they stamp on their face, whether they sabotage their success to gain their own success. Hope this made sense. Point number two, say you pointed out at a certain behavior pattern that this person has, or you pointed out at a character flaw that they have, or you criticize them in some way and you used a certain word. Say you call them weird for something. This person will come back 2 days later and will call you weird. Whether the situation you are in right now makes sense or not, whether their criticism makes sense or not, they will use that exact same word after a few days just to one up you, just to call you that exact same thing. This person has a problem with taking criticism, and they do not take it politely or to improve their life or anything of that sort. They see it as a fight and they'll fight back. This person also has a habit of burdening others with their own tasks. For example, say they have to go to post office for a certain package to be delivered. They will act like they have all the work in the world and that they cannot go out and do that work, and that if you don't do it, you are not being a nice friend or relative or whoever it is. They use guilt to trap you into doing their work for them, and they'll act like they're the busiest in the world and you are the one who should be handling that work right now. And they'll use this tactic to overburden you with all their tasks. Now, I'm not saying don't help people, but anyone who's guilt tripping you or overburdening you with the task that they can easily take care of is clearly taking advantage of you. In this scenario, if you can help them, do that. If you cannot, just tell them straight away that you're occupied with your own work and that you'll not be able to help in this time. And now the burden shifts back to them, that if the task is important, do it. If it's not, then find another way. But the burden is taken off you. The key here is not to fall for the guilt tripping that they're going to do. This person also has the habit of pointing out your flaw every now and then. They'll come up and tell you, have you completed this task? Did you finish that work? Did you took care of that bank task? Did you take care of the dishes? They will not do anything themselves, but will constantly bug you about whether you have completed this task or that task, or they'll make you feel incompetent. They'll make you feel like you're not achieving enough in your life. They'll make you feel like you are not being productive in your life. And they'll bring back their achievements from their life and say, I finished this much task by this time. I did all of this by 7 a.m. What were you doing? Or you were sleeping? You were being lazy? You couldn't do this. I could finish all of that. So they'll constantly be pointing out at your flaws and how you're not being productive, and they are being hyper productive. The best way to deal with a person like that is not engage in an argument with them, or not emotionally succumb to their pointing out at your flaws. Just accept that if they call you lazy, okay, I'm lazy. And don't engage in any more arguments. Close your door, go back to your business. You don't have to give them your energy. This person loves to see you getting stuck. Say, for example, you are being asked by your boss a really mundane task, a really manual task that you don't like doing, and you have clearly said no to your boss. But this person will go behind your back and tell the boss, you know what, this person is really good, that you are really good at handling this task, and that you really enjoy doing it, and that he should allot the task back to you. This person does not like doing that exact task themselves, and they know it. And they want that same task to be transferred to you, because this will take away your entire day or energy or whatever that is taking away from you. And they want to see you in that space, in that energy. They want to see you stuck and angry and stressed, and they will do anything. They'll keep lying, they'll make scenarios, and they'll manipulate the situation in such a way that you keep getting stuck in situations like this. And yeah, they'll use lies and manipulation tactics. The only way to get out of situations like this is to talk to your boss directly, talk to whoever is in charge of this situation, and tell them directly that I'll not be able to take care of this, and could you please be giving that to somebody else. This person also likes to play God in people's lives. The giver, the nurturer, you are here because of me. I have done this for you. I've done so much sacrifice. I'm giving up my time, my freedom, my this and that for you to succeed. I'm doing so much for you. Everything is surviving because of me. You have this house because of me. You have this garden because of me. I don't know what to say. You have everything because of them, and you have achieved nothing on your own. And yeah, so they're clearly disregarding your own hard work, and whatever you are is because of them. This person wants you to feel very dependent on them. They are painting this picture that you cannot survive without them, and they want you to constantly be dependent on them so that they can take advantage of that situation. For example, you are using their car, and they are telling you constantly, do not buy a car because I can rob you anytime you want. You can use my car. And then when you want to use the car, they'll tell you how you always deplete the car of the gas, how you are not taking care of the car, how you are the one always using it, how they are the ones who are taking the burden. So they'll try to like emotionally tell you that you are the problem and they are the problem solver, and that they are the ones who are sacrificing their everything to keep this car, and they are being the helper and you are being the problem. But when you try to buy your own car, they will come up as the God, the giver, and tell you, see, I've been giving you so much. I'll keep giving you so much. Please do not think I'm a separate entity. I'm your very own family. I'm your this, I'm your that. Please do not separate. You know what? This is a manipulation tactic. The best thing to do in this scenario would be to become completely independent. Say, let's take the car example. Even if you don't have your own car, and say you need the car, and this person is making excuses of how they want to go somewhere else and you cannot take the car right now, go by cab. Don't become dependent on them, or cancel plans, or fight with them. Do not engage with this person. Just take a alternative step, and this step will show this person that that you are not dependent on them, and then if needed, you can take an alternative route. The more you stay dependent, the more you say or show that you're actually being dependent on them, and that by not having their resources, you're actually being stuck in life, the more manipulation they'll do, the more lies they'll tell you so that you remain stuck in your life. And then they can act like the god. Then they can say that that their presence is very important in your life. Only when you are truly independent will you be able to experience true freedom. If not, you will be stuck at the mercy of people like this. And these kind of people thrive on controlling people and seeing other people suffer. So you will be just giving them ultra fuel and they'll try to keep making you stuck in that situation. So the best thing to do is become independent. This person is also big attention seeker. They will play a very different role in front of everybody else. They are using all these emotional manipulation tactics to take advantage of you behind the scenes, but in front of everybody else they want to be the nice person, the provider, the sole provider of everybody's happiness, and how they are being sacrificial in their life, how they have given up most of their own time, their money and their resources for your benefit or anybody else's benefit, how they're such a selfless person. And they'll come up with stories, or so actually sob stories. The best way to deal with scenarios and people like that would be to just distance yourself from them and let life play out. Whatever lies they're telling people, whatever fake stories they're giving people, that how you're surviving because of them, how you have been the nicest, how you have been the crappiest, just give it time. The falls the truth comes out with time. So separate yourself from people like that, because if you try to explain yourself and say that you're not the one who's taking advantage of this person, it's the other way around. You don't have physical evidence to say that. You're still using their car. Let's use that same example. This personality may also seek a lot of female attention. They get loud around women. Say in a grocery store, their voice suddenly rises, so they get the attraction, the attention of all the female in the store. Or they'll suddenly start talking about how they are wealthy, how their salary is the highest in the whole company, how they are the owners of this, and this building, whatever that is. They're trying to show off their wealth so that the woman around them gets attracted, and they get to play the Casanova in this scenario. The sad part about this situation is that a person like this will always attract gold diggers. And any female with a sense of self worth will not fall for a person like that. If anything, they'll be repulsed by a person like that. And most men like this don't realize how repulsive it is when they show off their wealth. You really have to focus on your personality and being a nice person over showing off your wealth. This person also likes to believe that they're a problem solver, a top notch A1 problem solver, that they can solve any problem in the world and you can't. And you will always have to be dependent on them to solve problems. Funny thing, this is just a wishy washy energy. They are just trying to show the world how they can solve things, but in reality, they can't. It's just they aspire to be that person, but they are not. And this person will also undermine your problem solving abilities to overshoot theirs. The way to deal with this situation would be to let it play out again. Let them be the problem solver. Over time, they'll realize that they cannot solve all the problems and that they also have to be dependent on people to solve their problems. This will break down their narcissistic trait and their arrogance over time, and they'll realize that they are living in this symbiotic relationship with the world and they will also require other people's help and not the other way around. So let the situation play out. You're good. Forgot to mention one thing around attention seeking. So this person loves the attention, right? But they hate it when you get the attention. So it absolutely kills them when you get more attention than them, but they are trying the hardest to get the same level of attention. So if you are somebody who gets attention naturally, this person is hating on you secretly. They'll be the biggest hater. Will not act like this on your face because they're also a coward, but they are your biggest hater. No, know this in your heart when I say this. People who seek attention through fake means are the biggest haters of people who naturally get it. Now, this is an important trait about this person. This kind of person will try to befriend people who are below his means or her means. They'll try to befriend people who are either not financially as stable as them, are not as affluent as them, are not as educated as them, are not as civilized as them. So they will befriend people who are not at their level, so they can appear as the hero, the masiha, the god around people like that. So he or she will always have friends who are below their standards. You really need quality people in your life to grow further. You cannot stay in the company of minions, people who are not at your level, and expect to grow. These people, even though they worship you, they also secretly hate you. And this is a fact. They are also eyeing your wealth. They're also being jealous of the girls or anything that you're getting in your life. So these people will be your secret haters, but will also be eyeing your wealth, and being around you is only a means for them to access something better in their life. And you can act all the god that you want, but people like that will actually drag you down. Give it time. A narcissist actually traps himself with people like that, and then eventually these people will take him down. You, as a person, don't have to do anything. Just step away from the situation, let it play out. This person also does not understand the dangers of staying with somebody who has low morals, who come from a undereducated background. This person does not understand that danger. All they care about is the attention and the fake love and the fake worshipping they're getting from that. This person is also very like dumb in their head, but they think really smart. They're really smart. So, for example, if there is a woman around this person, say that this person is a man, and there is a woman in their life, the minions, let's call the worshippers as minions, the minions will go after the woman or may harm the woman or do something to them behind this person's back. And this person, for their own worshipping, is putting the lady's life or safety or health, I don't know, on the line for their worshipping. So people like this, the narcissist, are very dangerous for people around them because they'll throw anything under the bus for the attention and approval or validation they are getting from idiots. This person, if they are in any way, shape, or form using your resources, say they took some money from you or they are using something that you provide them, they would act like they're not using those resources in front of other people. I mean, they'll use it in their private space, but in front of people, they'll act like they are very independent. They are the ones who are providing you with everything, and they don't need anything in life from anybody else. It's them who provide, they don't take. When in reality, they do take. In this person's eyes, their image is everything. Their sole image in front of people is everything. They can do anything to impress the people around them. The only way to confront this person is not in private, but in front of people. This person also likes to appear as the ideal son or daughter, and they would try to undermine their own siblings, whether younger or elder, and say that they are the ones who are doing everything for the family, and the rest of the siblings are just wasting time, are just lazing out, and they are the ones who are sacrificing their time, their resources, and building the family, building everything for the family, doing everything for the family, taking care of the parents, nurturing them emotionally, wherein they're not actually doing that. They also try to seek validation from the parents and would show off their wealth or their achievements to their parents. so that they can actually provide proof for their success, and that the other siblings actually get looked down upon. This person also talks loudly on the phone to appear important, to show the world that they are on important calls and meetings and they are discussing big, big things, big projects, big buildings, big money. And they will be on the loudest of phone calls around their office or around people, even in grocery stores, even in public spaces. They'll be yelling on their phone, "Look, I got that big deal. Yeah, it's this many millions and all that." So people turn back and look at who's this big boss. So this is a little spiritual in nature. If you're somebody with high energy, somebody who vibrates higher, or somebody who attracts attention naturally, the point I was discussing before, this person will also be revolving around you to get a whiff of some of that energy. They know how productive you can be when you're alone. So they try to waste your time by just talking mundane things, try to just use filler words or filler questions or filler conversations, just something. They'll keep talking, they'll keep wasting your time. So if you're somebody who vibes higher, who value their energy, keep away from this person, keep your door locked, closed. This person will also take every opportunity to show off their wealth. They'll keep talking about the buildings, the firm they have built, whatever that is, whatever wealth they have, whatever land they have, they'll find every opportunity to throw that information at somebody. And if there is an employee that's working for them and in the same room as us, he will let everybody else know that this person works for them, and they'll use it as a snide joke, or in a way that says that this person is beneath them. So yeah, they'll not miss a chance to insult somebody, and this will come as a joke. This person will love money so much, wealth so much, that they will put all of these things before their family, before their friends. Money comes first and family comes next, but they will act as if they favor the family over money. But if you notice their behavior enough, you will understand that this person clearly cares about money more than family. They're also aggressive in private, as I've told earlier. If you want to call them out for any behavior, any bad behavior that you see, you have to call them out in public. And if you are in the vicinity of somebody truthful, they will back your statement. But do not do it in front of their minions, because you will be thrashed bad. Okay? Always call this person out in public and not in front of their minions. Call them out in front of truthful people so others can look at their behavior. The best thing to do actually is to distance yourself from them. I'm only telling this tip because in case you're just stuck with them and you want to call them out, do that in public safely. Now, this is an important point. This person does not like to fight directly. They will use a third person to fight this person. For example, say I'm the narcissist and I have person A and B. So I go and tell person B how bad person A is and how badly they treated me and how they took advantage of me. I'll make a sob story. I'll say that they have been acting ridiculous, that they have been blatantly taking advantage of my situation, my money. They stole this, they did that. Something very sad, very outrageous, that this person B, gets angry, and now person B is fighting person A. Hence, the actual narcissist has taken a backseat and he's watching these two fight. Half of it or most of it is actually a lie, and he just is seeing two people fight. These two people, if the narcissist thinks that these two people are close, this is one tactic to distance these two via using the person that is easier to manipulate. The only solution to this problem is to not help the narcissist with his problems. Let him solve on his own. If he has problem with person A, let him deal with that person A directly without you having to jump into the situation. In a lot of scenarios, this person, the narcissist, acts like the saint, the nicest, the truth speaker, the soul provider, and all of that. And if people buy that personality, these are the people who fall under the category of person B. And usually it's person A that sees the truth, that is actually the victim, who's not getting the justice, and they're not able to tell everybody else how this person is actually the problem. Okay? You have to monitor somebody's behavior for a long time, actually see their behavior, and not just listen to their words to catch this personality trait, to catch this faulty behavior. Otherwise, you'll just miss it. You'll fall for somebody's sweet talks, and then you will become person B, who's actually targeting person A, who's actually innocent. Okay? This person will take their attacks slowly. They will over time show somebody's bad behavior. For example, if somebody is being lazy, every time they sleep a little extra, every time they are a little late to their work, this person will make sure somebody else knows it. They'll either record it, they'll call the person, but they'll make sure the the laziness or whatever flaw that this person has is seen by somebody else, so that when the time comes they can use this against this person. They will also provoke the person that they're showing this lazy person's behavior to yell at them. They will not directly yell, they will show the behavior of the so-called lazy person to a third party so this person can yell, so everybody else can become the enemy and this person is the nice person. Okay? They also do not have regards for anyone's stuff or belonging. They will treat it like trash because it's not theirs, and they will treat their own stuff as gold. I do not have an example for this, but it's pretty guessable. This person also will try to mentally condition you. They will tell you, see, if I yell at you in front of somebody, okay, don't yell back at me because the other person will lose respect for me. Okay, and then it won't be nice for the both of us. So they'll mentally try to condition you into getting yelled at, into being bullied, and convince you that this is in your favor. Sickening, sickening. This is sickening. If you keep confronting this person in private, they'll say the most vicious of things. And you know what I would suggest you? Do that every once in a while because this will tell you how vile and vicious this person actually is. They will tell you there, but do this in a safe setting, okay? Don't put your life in danger. But do confront them because they will say the most vile and vicious things. And that will expose their actual real nature. You know, this person may come off as very sweet and nice and kind even in front of you, but when you provoke them, not provoke them, when you confront them, that's when their real nature will come out. And if you keep confronting them on their bad behavior, every once in a while you'll see a very very bad side of them. So if you want to see their real side exposed, confront in private. This person will also be asking for help uh, from you in a very assertive, not assertive, in a very dominant way. They'll raise their voice and in a commanding tone, they'll ask you, can you bring me this stuff right now? Can you do this work for me right now? Something like that. And if you are somebody that had a childhood of parents who were always yelling at you, you will not be able to make out of the abuse you are actually undergoing right now. You'll actually see that as normal behavior from somebody who's superior to you. This is also subtly giving you a hint into how they are superior and how, when you're told to do something, you do it without questions. The way to tackle this behavior is politely decline. Just say that you have something else to take care of. And before you can politely decline, you should be self aware that taking commands from somebody is not healthy. If somebody needs help, if I want help from somebody, I have to be polite and nice. Could you do this for me? Can you do this favor for me? That's how you ask. You don't order people around. So if anyone's ordering you around, even as a friend or family or whatever, you call them out directly and you tell them that you don't like the tone that they are using. If they do not listen, cut them off. They also like to reach everywhere fashionably late and on purpose. And the reason that they give for this kind of behavior is that they value their time too much. But in reality, they actually do not value the person they are visiting. They are trying to indirectly show that the other person, wherever they are reaching late, does not matter. And it's them who's very important, and that this is a very subtle way of showing that my time is more important than your time, and I do not care if you feel disrespected along the way. This is a very subtle way of asserting dominance. They also appear to lie here and there to appear bigger, to appear like the saint they are. For example, you are discussing something in a certain group and there is another person and you're saying, you know what, did you see this thing in that group, whatever happened? And this narcissist will say, you know what, I didn't see anything because I removed myself from the group, because I didn't follow all that. I'm better than that. They're not, they're still there. So they'll call out on your bad behavior even if you're making like slight mistakes here and there. But when you do something with perfection, they're scared. When you do not make that mistake, for example, somebody's making fun of your pronunciation or something, somehow you master that pronunciation or master your speech and you come back with a better speech, now this person is scared. This is how you tackle a narcissist very well. If they're pointing out at a certain flaw, fix that flaw, and you won't even have to retaliate to them or talk back or do anything about that situation. This person would be shit scared. So this person will actively lie, actively try to help, but every single help of theirs would be a way to deceive you from your actual goals and purpose in life. For example, suddenly they were attacking you for not being productive, for example. Now you suddenly fix that issue in your life and you are productive. That shouldn't be an issue, by the way. But if you deemed it as an issue and if you fixed it because you wanted to make that change and you made it, now this person is scared and he or she will try to deviate you from achieving whatever you are already achieving because they do not want you to outperform them. They are always in secret competition and they like their competition to be always below them. Now that you're rising, now that you're being productive, they see you as a threat. And any constant progress will be seen as a threat and you will be stopped. Since this person is a coward, narcissists are actually cowards. They'll not do things directly. They will try to deceive you. You know what? Let me take you somewhere nice. Let's go out this weekend. Let's do something else. Let's socialize. Let's do this. Let's do that. So that you don't focus on the work that you finally started focusing on. So these are all the traits that I noticed in just one person. I have many more to share, and I'll be sharing that one by one. I'll be calling this person as person one so we can track the personality traits of different kind of toxic people. This is the end of this video. I'll also put a list right here about the things you can do to deal with people like that. I do not have a lot of energy left right now to make a separate section for how to deal with these people. I've already discussed some of the things that you can do in between this video, and I'll now be listing everything for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if it made sense, if you have somebody like that in your life, and let me know how you're dealing with it and how you actually tackled somebody like that if you did, because I can also learn. We're all learners in this place. Yeah, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.